Hi, welcome back to Leslie Crafts. We're going to do another card. Again, don't have a sample, so this will go, like I said, one of two ways. I have sort of done it before. There was no sample, but I just tried it out and I quite liked it, so that's where we're going to. Again, this is not my original idea. I've been looking on YouTube, but this is a pop-up fish tank card. Right, I'll run through the card pieces you need. You will need one piece which is 6x4. That's for sort of your base. But you need a piece of acetate which is 9x4. You need it fairly flexible, so not for construction weight if you're going to be posting it. But I might make a little bag for this one, so it'll go in a bag. And then you need to score at 1/2 inch and 2.5 on both sides. So I just flip it around and do it on the other side, and then just lightly fold on the score lines, so you've got that box shape really. Then you need two pieces of 11 by 1 inch and 11 by 1/2 inch, sorry, 1/4 inch. I haven't got the full 11, just the way I cut my card, but hopefully it will work. If not, then it's not going to be a hassle getting them. Then you need 2 to 4 strips of 1 by 1 inch by 5, and then you need to score them at 1/2 inch both sides. These are to put your elements on. So yeah. And then you need a piece of either DSP or cardstock, which is 4x4. We're going to be decorating this with a stencil, just to give it that little bit of depth, really. And then I will be using blueberry bushel ink and balmy blue. And I'm also going to be using I might not actually. If I do, then I'll say. But we will do the stenciling for this, and then we will do. So I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap card. Now this stencil here is out of my own stash, but you know, you can use any stencil whatsoever, and it's just something I wanted to use really, because I thought it would just give that bit more of a background really. So I'm going to be using the 2 different blues just to give it a little bit of depth in it. There we go. And then I've got some sponge things, and then I'm just going to lightly go over some of the areas with these. No rhyme or reason, just lightly going over them, just to give the effects of some waves or ripples in the water. And then I'm going to put some bubbles in here as well. So this one I'm using first is Balmy Blue, which is the cardstock as well. So okay, so that is that one there. And then for the deeper blue, just going to put some fish near around the bubbles. So it's just giving it a little bit of interest in the back of the card. There we go. So that is sort of the background, and then we can put them away. I'm just going to put that ink up there just for 2 seconds, and that can go away as well. Right, so on the 4" by 6" side, you want your facing up, and then you want to add your tape. You want to add your tape to these bits, to the outside bits. So the stamp set I'm using and the dies are the Friendly Fins. So this is the stamp and die set I've been using, and you'll see what I've been doing with them in a minute. So really burnish these down. Do one side at a time, and then you want to add this to this bit. So you want the inside bit like that. Burnish it down. You won't see this bit because your card you've just made is going to hide the tape. And again, you just want to do the other side. Be very gentle because this grabs so quickly. There we go. And get your bone folder in. This will fold flat, but you don't want to push it down too hard. So that is your base of your card. So you want to get these bits here, and you want to put tape on both ends. Like so. I'll show you another thing that we can do to these. It's supposed to look like sand. I dropped my ink pad on it, which didn't quite help. But then again, I thought it gave it a little bit of a unique look. So, and I thought I'm not wasting my cardstock. go. Burnish these down. Right, with these you can either put them in straight, just like that, or you can add some detail to them. So I'm just going to wave some of them. I'm not doing any particular order. I'm going to keep one straight because I want to add something to that one. So there you go. So you've got 3 with wobbly lines, technical term that is, and then you've got 1 straight piece. So remove the backing off one at a time, and then you just want to put that in on the side, and you just want to make sure that's stuck, and take your tape off the other side. And you're backing off the other side if you can. Make sure that this is roughly in the same place as your other one. So there you go. So you're building up your little scene. And then again, I'm going to put one in the front so I can put the other 2 where I want them. You're not necessarily going to see the very front one, but it will help if you're going to add in your little creatures and things like that. But also it strengthens the card up. Go. We just might need 3. So like I say, it's totally up to you. I might use all 4. And then you just want to butt this one up against your first, the one you did at the back. And then again, take the tape off. How come sometimes it's really easy, but other times it's like, nah, not doing it. Just like that. So, and if people see from the top, you can, they can see what you've done, and I'm just going to add that 4th one in. And then this one here should just fit in between the 2, front and the back. get rid of them. So that is your little box. And then, you know, I'm thinking before I add on here, I've got like little fishes which are cut out using the dies. I'm thinking these might just be better. Add a little bit more depth to the card. If these are just scattered along here. No particular order. Got different colours. I've got the fish are in the 3 colours you can see on there, which I can't find any of them now. Let's see if we can find this one here. Just have them randomly swimming, I think. I'll just add that too. And again, it just gives that little bit of depth to your card, I think. So I'm sure you guys who buy Stampin' Up! Have other dies and papers and things like that, or different die sets which will go with what you've already got. I know I have. So yeah. So have a play around with these and other, you know, dies. So that is that one there, and then we can slide that one right into the back, and then that is how that one will look. So we can do that now. Push that right down, and I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to make sure that it's well and truly stuck down. If you can see some of your tape, you can also, you know, add other things to that. But that is how it's coming along. And now it's just a case of adding in your other details. So this one is going to be a little bit tricky because you've sort of got to think, and I don't know where my tweezers are, but I will be putting them onto acetate just to help them lift up a bit. So first of all, I'm just going to put that one at the back, just with that little bit of glue. And so it looks like the swimming around an arch. And then we can, excuse me, we can start adding things to it. So excuse me sniffing. So, I don't know. This is, now this here will go on the front. So, yeah. So I think with my seaweed and my rocks, which I cut out, I'm going to have them on the front bit, but I'm going to glue them behind. So when you see the blue bit, you can still see the rocks and the seaweed and things like that. So this is your chance just to play around with everything. I've just cut this out with, excuse me, silver card and just scraps of card, which I think everybody's got lying around. Into a right pickle. And I've got lots of different greenery. I've cut lots of these out in 2 different shades of green. So again, and I've got 2 different types. Just seem to be pulling one type out. So again, these can go wherever you want them, and then we can build the scene up behind them. So again, there's no right or reason with these, just play around, have fun. Glue is sticking to me. That's why it keeps on coming off. There we go. So that's how it's building up. I'm just going to put that little clump of seaweed onto there. There we go. So there's the front of the card and the back. So, and then we can start adding some of these. So I've got some lobster in different colours. Got some dolphins, got some other types of rock. I'm just going to add right to the back of that one. There we go. There we go. And then add a couple of these. Doing the own thing in the background. There we go. You can just about see them. And then maybe have an orange one poking up behind there. There we go. Don't know how well you can see that. There will be photographs on my page, which is linked below. And then maybe have him there. So I will need some acetate for this one. So I just want to cut some off and then get some red tape. This should be enough for both sides. Well, compared to the weather this morning when I got up at silly o'clock on my day off, it's turning out to be quite a nice day. There we go. Stick the dolphin on. And then we can stick that just there. So that gives it a little bit more detail again. And then I've got like a stingray shark. Or do we have another, or do we have like a sea full of Playful Dolphins. That one back there. Just going to add that one, add that one onto there. There we go. So that is that bit of a card done. Now for the, I'm just going to put these bits away so I don't lose any. There we go, that can be just drying. So we need red liner tape on these here. Now then, if you had the full length, this would be easier. But because I don't, mine's going to be okay, but I'll just need to be a bit more savvy with it. You can stencil the front of these, but this is supposed to be like the edge of the fish tank. So yeah. There we go. So you just want to really burnish this down. And then we'll do the bottom first. So when you start peeling this off, don't peel it all off at the same time because it will stick. So you just want to start it off really. She says, got that bit off. Just need the other bit. If you've got a thicker red line tape, obviously, you know, use that. There you go, so that's off. That was off. Right, change. So if you've got the longer piece, then you just need to start it. You should be cutting it off. But because mine's quite short, I'm going to put mine right up to the edge to begin with. And then press that down. And then go round, taking some more tape off. Again, just gently bringing it around. So when you come to the corners, you can just, you know, do it yourself. And do that. So mine literally just fits. Just need a little bit of trimming off, but your bigger bit, obviously you would trim off your excess. So that is your base of your card. And then again, we do the same with the top bit, with the top of the tank. So this will be a great age card. So if you're making one for a little one that loves the fish, then this card would be great with a number on it. So again, if you had the correct, head over, then you don't have to be as accurate with this as I am. Just make sure that you put it up to the top. And of course you don't have to do a blue one, you can do whatever colour you want. So I'm sure fish tanks come in all sorts of colours. Trying to get that off my hand. There we go. So that is my card. And then we can add the sentiment. You can normally add the sentiment beforehand, but I wasn't too sure what I was going to do. So I'm going to have happy birthday. And make a splash. And then if I was going to add a number, I would add it up here so it was hanging off the card. But again, I would be putting this into a bag to give to the person. So I'm just going to go like that, pick up my stamps, and then I'm going to use tone on tone because I think that will look quite nice. And then just line this back up again. Do it like that. These back in there. Block goes in there. There you go. Happy birthday, make a splash. And again, like I said, if you were doing a number, it will go quite nicely in my corner. Now this is where I could do with these in more colours. So I would want to do some water, some blue little water things. But no, I'm going to leave that. So yeah, so that is my, and you can also write on the back, you can also put a bit of white on there, which would be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 on the back, so you can write a message. But that is the card for today. Hope you enjoyed watching, and we will see you again fairly soon with another card. Okay, bye now.